Now, it took me 3 weeks to pack for this trip, considering all the stuff I needed for the race. But when it was all said and done, I had the stuff I needed and did not need to make a trip to the store in the city of London. So that worked out. And all the writing the list and rewriting the list and checking stuff off paid off in the end. Because I had all the supplies and gear and everything intact for the race. I think the only thing I was questioning at this point was how I'm going to get through this 9.5 hour flight. Jet lag. Nah, it was good. And so it begins. I'm in London town. Where you at? And I had a whole strategy mapped out for the potential problem with lost bags. Like, I packed everything I needed for the race and the carry-on, but this part even worked out too. I mean, all the bags arrived. Baggage claim was organized, easy to find everything. No issues there. So I know there was a lot of news coverage about problems with London, Heathrow, and lost bags and everything, but fortunately that was not an issue for me. Yeah, the bag situation was cool. The real struggle was trying to find a taxi and then figuring out whether it was going to be Uber versus taxi, because coming out of the airport, coming through the terminal was a little bit different than what we have in the States. It's like, I don't know if I've ever caught that elevator up to get to the actual taxi Uber zone. So anyway, it was a little bit of a maze, but it worked out. Ended up getting a taxi over to the hotel, which took a while. I was saying like, yeah, I think my taxi driver drove through every traffic jam he could find. But that's okay, because I kind of got to see all of the sights. Like, I kind of went sightseeing on the taxi ride from the airport to the hotel. So got to see the London Eye, went through Westminster, got to see Big Ben on the way, all the major sites, London Bridge, Tower Bridge. That was all the ride from the airport to the hotel. So kind of did a little tour, even though it took 1 hour and 45 minutes. That was my tour before the tour. My actual hotel was in an area called Stratford, which is kind of west of mid-city London area, and it worked out because it was away from, all the congestion in the center of the city, but then also close enough to other shops and a big plaza. And definitely one of the major things that worked out in this case was being at the Stratford train station. So that was a huge plus in getting to the race the morning of, but then also kind of getting around out and about in the city. And that's how I got to the packet pickup. Got there on Thursday and went straight to the train to head over to the area, XL London, where the packet pickup and race expo was. And this was in the middle of a work week and school day, I'm imagining, because on my way over I saw these school kids. It always amazes me how you go to these other countries and it seems like the kids are so independent. It's like they're catching the train on their own, they're walking home from school on their own. I'm like, I need to have a talk with my kids. Headed over, kind of seeing some sights, stopping to take pictures here and there on the way to the expo, and then arriving at the expo. This is like one of the main events for a race. If you haven't been to a race expo, whether you run or not, I think this is a cool thing to do because there's so much energy. The volunteers are always so helpful. They're excited for you. They're having fun, and yeah, you can just kind of feel that vibe at the race expo. It's something fun to do, whether you're running the race or not. So I got over to Excel London and picked up my packet, got my race number, and that is what made it official. So, and then got a chance to kind of check out all the vendors and some of the booths that they had. Abbott World Marathon Majors was there, and they have this simulation where you can try to run at the same pace as the elite runners. And there's a warning out there that says, hey, don't risk it, don't risk injury, but there's always people who try it. I think it's fun. And hey, some people are in that kind of shape, but it wasn't something that I was gonna try. But anyway, that doesn't mean I couldn't stop and watch, which I did. Another thing I love about the expo is the care and kind of attention that they give to the runners. You'll always see either every runner's name printed in a newspaper, because this happened for New York, I know for sure, Berlin. But another thing they do is they print every runner's name on a mural wall. So for London, it was the We Run Together mural wall, and I went and looked, and luckily it's by alphabetical order, so I was able to find my name. Yay, there's me. Expo is always a time to find out about all the major vendors and shop for any last minute items that you might need, running gear or running supplies, and also a showcase for the vendors. So I love kind of what all they put into this, making it kind of an energized, fun atmosphere. The marathon running show, for these majors, I noticed they really do pull out all the stops. They bring in experts, running experts, and the elite, the best of the best out of the sport. And they had a panel discussion going on the day that I got there. Just a little bit of Q&A about how to prep and any final questions people had on what they could do to have their best race. They had a running show there, and you're able to kind of interact with the experts that were there. I even heard some of the elite runners were showing up and signing autographs, and yeah, it really is a big deal to get to these expos. A race expo wouldn't be a race expo without the shopping. So definitely, again, the official gear for the race is available. I didn't get a London Marathon jacket, but I did get the official t-shirt, and that was what I ended up running the race in, which was very comfortable. It worked out, and again, it was perfect because there was no rain. Just beautiful weather. The wall, this is your race, this is your race was the theme. So all the runners were signing the wall, writing encouraging notes, and writing any famous last words before the big day. I thought that was cool. They had this big mural, life-size view of the course. A bit intimidating to look at it up close in person like that, but you got to get that shot. You got to get that picture. Lots of sponsors there, all the charity groups, because I did run for a charity. Again, shout out to everyone who contributed to the campaign for Michael J. Fox Foundation. Much appreciated. Any amount helped and did help. So charity groups were there. So that was the Race Expo. After walking through, I was excited and pumped and really affirmed and ready for the race. And I was on the 3-day countdown at that point till go time.